Thanks for listening to this bonus episode of the Hustleburg podcast. I truly enjoyed chatting with these local business people about how they're adapting so creatively to the ever-changing rules to stay open to serve our community. If you're a small business who's open for business here in St. Pete or anywhere in Pinellas County, visit stpeteopenforbusiness.com/open to be added to the listing. And if you've done something creative or made a special offer to remain open during the Safer at Home orders, let me know that by email at brett@stpeteopenforbusiness.com. Don't worry if you didn't catch it or won't remember it, it's going to be in the show notes. If this is your first episode of Hustleburg, I'd really appreciate it if you stuck around and listened to another episode or two and possibly subscribed. The last guest in this bonus episode, Realtor Trent Smith, is making his triumphant return after appearing in a regular Hustleburg interview back in episode 11. If we add something of value in this episode, let us know by rating and reviewing this episode on your favorite podcast player. Regular episodes come out to arrive in your feed on Thursday morning, and this week you'll hear from Eric Olson from Pedal Pub St. Pete. Unfortunately, his business is one that is closed until the safer-at-home orders relax, but Pedal Pub offers, however, is a fun time for you and about a dozen of your friends. I look forward to having you back to hear him share his entrepreneurial journey on Thursday. On to the episode! Last Monday, I had the pleasure of talking with Donnie and Jackie Manchillo from Joy of Cleaning. I'm joined today by Donnie and Jackie with Joy of Cleaning. Donnie and Jackie have a cleaning service here in St. Pete. And we're going to talk a little bit today about how they are staying open for business. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
So tell me a little bit about Joy of Cleaning. What is it that you do? Are you guys primarily residential, commercial, vacation rental? What's your normal non-pandemic business like?
Primarily, we are a residential cleaning company, but we do have some commercial as well. And we have office spaces and a couple of retail spaces. And we are trying to move more into the commercial as well. So we have done some post-construction cleaning, but we do focus on residential and office cleaning.
Awesome. Now, obviously, we don't have many businesses open. We don't have many office buildings open. There's not a whole lot of construction that's continuing. So you guys have probably had to be a little bit more creative in how it is that you're staying open. What are some of the new things that you're doing or adaptations that you've made?
I'll let you.
Well, several things. Obviously, this is a unknown situation for everyone. So there's been a lot of adaptations made on the fly as announcements are made, as guidelines have changed, et cetera, et cetera. We're obviously trying to do as much as humanly possible in the way of just personal protection. So our team is wearing a lot of personal protection gear in terms of face masks, gloves,
shoe coverage.
I don't know the technical term for the little booties that go over your shoes. But so they're wearing all of that. And we have had pretty extensive discussions with our team as well, just about their own personal health and monitoring. Not only for themselves, but for our clients as well. So our team members are taking their temperatures daily in the morning just to make sure that they're not running a fever. We're having daily check-ins, make sure everyone's feeling good, nothing has changed. We're monitoring that very closely.
We're also asking our clients if they do choose to be in their house, let's say, because most of them are working from home, and if they still have a job, right, that they stay in a room while we clean the rest of the house. And then while that's gone, they go outside, they go in a different room, and then we can go in and clean that particular room. Or if they are able to just stay outside the house while we do the entire cleaning, that's preferable. And we have a lot of clients that are totally okay with that.
So you guys are in the fortunate situation of just having to change a little bit in the way that you operate normally with the protected gear, and maybe asking clients that may be home when they wouldn't normally be just to kind of isolate in one room while you're cleaning. So you haven't had to do a whole lot to change your business model. So at least that's good. So how is it that people can get in touch with you guys when they find that they are ready for residential, vacation, commercial cleaning? This is your opportunity to share where they can plug, or, where you can plug, whether it's a phone number, website, social media handles, and the like.
Yeah, the easiest way would be our website, so joyofcleaningfl.com. That we have all the information about our business, the services, our employees. And if they would like to get a quote, there is a big bright pink button right on the homepage. So you can just click there and put in all the information about your property, your office, or your residence. And then we'll be able to provide you with a quote. And also social media. Jackie is the one that does all of it.
Yeah, we're Joy of Cleaning on Facebook, the hot pink logo, and Joy of Cleaning with underscores in between each word on Instagram. Or you can give us a call.
Yes, 727-687-2710.
All right.
And we're posting a lot of information about all the things that we've been doing on our social media, so make sure to follow.
Yeah, we are we're doing a lot of things like trying to share daily tips for disinfection and sanitation. So obviously we have some people that are saying, we're just keeping to ourselves and our family right now. And in that way, we're just trying to provide information. Obviously, cleaning and sanitation is a factor in disease prevention. So we want to make sure that we're also being a helpful resource for people right now. And we did add a disinfection service. So we did a lot of research right away in terms of CDC guidelines for cleaning solutions that are approved to kill the coronavirus and similar influenza viruses. So we've got those products on hand. And we are able to add an add-on disinfectant service if they want to do things like door handles, faucet handles, remote controls, all of the sort of most highly trafficked, highly touched surfaces in your house or office.
And one last thing that I wanted to mention that I didn't mention earlier was that we do cover the entire Pinellas County. So anywhere from South St. Pete all the way to Palm Harbor.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much. And glad to see that you guys are staying open for business.
Yes, thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Here's the conversation I had with James Coleman from Bayboro Brewing, a brewery that opened right before the safer at home orders were issued. Today I'm joined by James Coleman of Bayboro Brewing. I want to let you guys know that they're an awesome brewery here in town, and they are open for business. James, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Brett. Appreciate it. It's interesting times.
Indeed. Well, when times are not so interesting, what's it like for you with Bayboro Brewing? What is your normal, non-pandemic business like serving the community?
Yeah, so unfortunately, we decided we were going to open the day that the safer at home order was released. So we really haven't had a normal functioning day with consumers. So basically, we've just been putting a little brew on hold, backing things up a little bit, and kind of readjusting to growler and takeout orders is what we're doing right now. So I guess that would be our norm for now.
Sure.
Virus.
So you got you're part of the takeout delivery, and that's pretty much anything that you can do right now.
Well, I would say takeout. Sorry, not delivery yet. We're still working on that with the state of Congress. But yeah, we're doing to go. We're doing a buy one get one half off on the weekends. So trying to help out a little bit, trying to move some product, and keep our my biggest concern is obviously keeping my few employees I have here employed through this for the next couple of months.
Absolutely, that's a time or a tough time for a lot of business owners as they try to make sure that they're able to keep their team.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is there anything away from the normal business plan that you had that you've done to adapt to what we're currently seeing in our current state of business with the ever-changing rules here in the state and county for Bayboro?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're just heavily focused on the CDC requirements on the 6-foot rule and so forth, ensuring that we up our own personal sanitation regulations, whether that's gloves, masks. I would never ask somebody to come into the brewery if they felt uncomfortable. So we also have handheld tablets and things that we can approach a car with. Keeping social distancing obviously is important there. Take an order, process an order at the convenience of someone's vehicle. So that's kind of new to us. As we're learning the business, we're also kind of adapting in that fashion.
So you guys have kind of introduced an unexpected curbside service.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Never knew I'd be taking delivery orders from a vehicle. So.
No kidding. Yeah, I think the times that we're in, we certainly see a lot of people adapting, and I like to see that we're able to utilize some of the to-go options, especially when it comes to alcohol these days.
Absolutely. Sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you. Yeah. And we'll probably, I think even ourselves, our personal goals will be to kind of up our sanitation afterwards. I believe that the health department will probably come out with some sort of stipulation, but we'll probably build or set up a sanitation station for people well after the virus, because, we're getting ready to hit hurricane season, and then, next is, flu season again. So this isn't going away. So it's important for us to begin, doing our own kind of sanitation policies and requirements in-house for sure.
Awesome, James. I know that as a new brewery here in town, you've got a lot to try to drive in getting your name ID out there, getting your brand. Let people know how they can get in touch with you, website, social media handles, and the like, and how they can patron Bayboro Brewing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously being new, brand recognition is important. We're always trying to stay upbeat and up and fresh on our Facebook page, Bayboro Brewing, as well as BayboroBrewing.com is where we're putting rolling out a lot of new content. Obviously, being new, we're still updating even the brick and mortar, as well as our staying fresh on the website, IG, and so forth. But mainly I would say Facebook right now is where we're trying to keep our Bayboro family, we're calling it, up to date on the newest and latest of what we're releasing.
Awesome. James, I want to thank you so much for talking with me today, and look forward to stopping in as soon as I can.
Yeah, Brad, I appreciate it. Come in and see us. We'd love to have you.
Sounds good.
All right, sir.
Now you'll hear my conversation with Ace High Printing's Rick Herbert. So joining me on St. Pete Open for Business today is Rick Herbert of Ace High Printing.
How's it going, man?
Oh, very well, sir. So tell everybody what Ace High Printing is all about. What is it that you guys do when we're not in the middle of a global pandemic?
The same thing we're doing now, actually. We print. We have stickers, banners, T-shirts and apparel, business cards, postcards, labels. You name it, we print it. If I don't print it myself, I can find it. We've been here for 16 years, since 2004.
What part of town are you in?
Close to downtown. We are just a little north of downtown, like the 38th Avenue and 16th Street area.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're doing special now to make sure that people know that you're open? And how is it that you're serving the community as we kind of face quite the crisis here?
It's something, isn't it? What we're doing now, we've kind of shifted our business model into helping the locals. Normally we print nationally, we print internationally, we'll ship anything anywhere to you. Right now, our business is just to keep other businesses open. That's really what we're all about. Do we always print stickers and banners and stuff like that? Of course we do. But it's more important now. We're members of local business coalitions like Keep St. Pete Local, Local Shops One. We do a bunch of nonprofit work. We even do some printing work for the city. For the city of St. Pete, for the police departments, things like that. But what we've shifted into doing is a whole lot of to-go package container labels for like Blush Tea and Coffee and the Curious Cat Bakery and Room 901. People like that that are trying to stay open and get their products out there, whether it's through delivery or shipping or whatever. We've been doing a whole lot of we're still open or to-go pick-up curbside banners and stuff like that.
Oh, I've probably seen tons of those banners.
Oh, man, they are everywhere. So as far as what we do, it's still the same things we're doing, but we've also switched gears and we're basically printing everything in a rush without a rush fee. We're trying to get things to you as quickly as possible. Like I said, we've been here 16 years. I went through the 2008 crash, and it was all these local businesses that kept us sustained. Well, now it's kind of my turn to pay it back a little bit and make sure everybody else stays open through this time. So, in addition to rushing things, we're also giving out crazy stupid discounts. Like, I'm cutting things almost down to cost just to try to keep everybody afloat. Got it.
Well, that's certainly going to be helping the local business community and earning you some goodwill with your local business friends. So that's fantastic. Now, where is it that people can find out about Ace High Printing, online, phone number, specials, all that stuff?
We're on all the socials at Ace High Printing. Our website is acehighprinting.com.
Perfect.
Phone number is 727-542-3897. And as far as the specials, just shoot me an email. Get on the website, go to the contact, go to the socials, and tell me what you need. I'm willing to work with anybody about anything, and everything's case by case. I get that because not everybody needs the same thing. So if you need it, let me know. I'm here. I'm open. I'm ready.
Awesome. Well, Rick, I want to thank you so much for serving the local business community here. And I'm sure that all of that goodwill that you're creating now will come back in spades when things bounce back.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Brett. See you, man.
Next up is my conversation with Doug Dozark from Cycle Brewing. So I'm joined today by Doug Dozark from Cycle Brewing. Doug, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, Doug, tell us a little bit about what Cycle Brewing does on a normal, everyday, pre-pandemic kind of a day.
Well, pre-pandemic, it's a small tap room with seating. We have a bar. We have outside seating, so you can enjoy the sidewalk and the sights of Central Avenue. And for brewing operations, we brew pretty regularly. We're processing beer. We're busy keeping the taps flowing.
How many beers do you have on tap at one time normally?
We have anywhere from at least 12. I think we actually had about 24 the day we had to close.
Sure. So with all of the things that you do normally with the tap room, a lot of it is centered around the community and in-person consumption. What were some of the creative things you had to undertake as we faced the pandemic and some of the safer at home orders and stay at home orders?
Well, the biggest challenge was the uncertainty. So we were trying to stay on pace with the changes. So initially it was okay, we need to keep more distance, have fewer people, limit capacity. Then that, I think, lasted for about 4 hours. And then it was, okay, now you can't be open at all. And then there was some rules regarding essential business and alcohol, and all bars were supposed to close. But did that apply to breweries? We didn't know. The mayor's office couldn't give us an answer. So it was just, for 2 weeks, it was constant calling, checking, adapting. And finally, we got to the point where it was this is what we're doing. We don't feel like we're creating a risk. So we were no longer allowing people in the tap room. You couldn't consume on premise. That ended pretty early. But then to-go sales, limiting hours. So we were open later, and now we've cut back the hours even farther because I guess with everything being closed, downtown after dark is not as pleasant as it used to be.
Okay.
So we've had to continue to adapt, but now we're to the point where if they come and tell us to close, we'll close. But that's the last step, is to do no business.
Sure. So you guys are doing takeout. Are you offering delivery through any of the services, or through your staff?
We have not done delivery yet. We are in the process of getting signed up with Uber Eats, which is something we were probably going to put into place back in January, but with everybody going into that process has been very slow. We're signed up, licenses approved. That could happen anytime. But no, we've been just doing pickups. We have our website, which we used to do beer sales with a shipping company, which was a courier service. There's little legal loopholes. That's changed a little bit, but we put the website back up. We started selling beer online so people can order online and then just come pick up. Shorter interaction time, less standing around. So we try not to have people hanging out on the sidewalk, which they're sort of allowed to do, but it doesn't look good, and it's certainly not as safe as it could be. So we're doing everything we can to speed up processes and make it easy for people to get beer and get back home.
Well, speaking of making it easy to get beer, how is the easiest way for people to pick up some of the brews that you guys are putting out at Cycle Brewing?
Ordering online and picking up is pretty darned easy. You can if you're just out and you think of it, we are still able to take orders at the tap room. We have a space that is set up where there's a very wide table between the customer and our staff. So 6 feet is very easy to maintain. Our staff is doing everything. Any packages they're handing over, we actually use isopropyl alcohol in the brewery for sanitizing regularly anyway. So we're spraying down package, wiping things down before we hand them off. We're doing, I think, everything we can do, everything that's reasonable to ensure people's safety. I'm sure people are taking it home and washing it themselves anyway, which please, take all the steps you can.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Well, Doug, where can people find out more about you online, website, social media, the news that you guys are putting out about any changes that you might have and things you might find out from the city or the county?
We are posting on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram probably has the largest following, so any updates, any beer releases. Since we didn't have, normally this time of year we would have a lot of barrel-aged beer on draft so that people could come and try them. Obviously, we can't sell it by the glass in it right now, so we've been hand bottling some of those limited beers.
Oh, wow.
And those are we're putting those up on the website on usually on Friday for Saturday pickup. That brings in more people, which has some concerns, but we've kept it limited. They have a whole day to pick up, and we haven't had issues with crowding or anything like that. And the only way to get it is online, so people are staying home ordering this. Nobody's lining up to. We're keeping that very remote and removed, I guess you could say. But yeah, so the Instagram, Facebook, our website will be updated, but the website is mostly just for ordering. We're not putting up blog posts there or anything. So if you're looking to order, cyclebrewing.com or shop.cyclebrewing.com will take you directly to the store. Beers to go. We have growlers on there. We have the bottles. We have all the other bottles, the normal bottle release bottles that we have, all available, including some limited stuff.
What are some of the limited things that you have for this weekend upcoming that'll be on the website tomorrow?
We have. So we did a festival beer. So we have a festival in March for Barrel Age Day. The beers, we just call it Festival Only, or FO. That one we always have draft of. We look forward to sharing the draft with the local community after the event. Now we have it in these little bottles. So there's there's smaller bottles. That beer will go up this weekend. Some more of one of the days of the week set that is sold out Wednesday was very popular. That's Vanilla Cocadamia. We had some more of that, found some more kegs of that. That will go up this weekend. And then a couple more of we did a collab with Angry Chair over in Tampa for the Confection Affection event. A couple of those beers. We have very limited quantities of a couple leftovers from that will go up as well.
Awesome. Doug, I really appreciate you taking the time with me and letting St. Pete know that you are open for business.
We are, and I appreciate everybody who's been coming out so far. It's been enough. It's been good.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And here's Trent Smith, a realtor at Exp Realty, who regular Hustleburg listeners will recall from episode number 11. Hey, I'm joined by Trent Smith. For those of you who have listened to the Hustleburg podcast, you'll actually remember him from episode number 11. He had a lot of really valuable information when he talked about his entrepreneurial journey, and I knew that he would be one of the best people to talk about the creative things that he's doing to adapt. Trent, thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, Brett, thanks for having me. I'm ready for this. It's going to be a fun one.
Awesome. Well, Trent, I know that you're a realtor, but not everybody else does. Tell everybody kind of what your normal business is like.
Well, my normal business is about prospecting and setting appointments, trying to find people who want to buy and sell a house, or if they know anybody that buy and sell a house. But of course, with the whole coronavirus thing, my normal methods of prospecting are a little rattled, so I had to start getting creative with it a little bit.
So normally you're doing a lot of that stuff face-to-face, right?
Yes, a lot of it's face-to-face, going out and meeting people. One of the reasons I got into this business is because I like just talking to people, and I'm really good at striking up conversations with strangers, as well as knocking on doors and just going into neighborhoods and seeing if anybody wants to sell their house. So obviously I can't do that right now, so I have to do other things.
What are some of the creative things that you've done to adapt to the way you're doing business here in St. Pete?
Well, first of all, the first thing I did after everything started shutting down was I just started calling everybody I know, friends, relatives, people who live out of state, people who I met last week, reaching out to them, just, telling them that I'm here for them, anything they need, any way I could help them. I don't even talk about real estate. The purpose of this call is just to keep that relationship established, letting them know I'm thinking about them. And fortunately, a lot of the people I talk to that I know they still have jobs and are still in good situations. Some people, unfortunately, are not able to work right now. So I see if they need anything, if I could do anything for them.
So you're working on building those long-term relationships. Anything specifically that you're doing that's exceptionally creative right now?
Yeah. Also, the second thing I'm doing is doing my normal for sale by owner calls where people list their house for sale. Like they own the house and then they want to sell it themselves. And so I reach out to them and I see if they need any help with anything and to let them know that I would like to help them out and get their house sold faster for them.
Okay. And so a lot of this you're having to do virtually or over the phone. Anything that you are particularly proud of that you've done to help generate some leads?
I've just been doing a lot of the same old, but one of the things I wanted to share with people that I have been doing that I am kind of proud of was when everything started shutting down. Obviously, a lot of us have a lot more time. So what I started doing was going through my house and taking everything that I possibly can and selling it through Facebook Marketplace mostly. So like shelves, old like music equipment that I'm not playing with anymore, and anything I can get that's worth anything $5, $10, or even like I sold my kayak for $350. But what I'm doing with this process is the people that I talk to that come over and buy the things that I'm selling, I give them my business card. I ask them if they know anybody looking to buy or sell. And also in this process, you get a lot of messages, people just asking if this is for sale and whatnot. So I would have like 40, 50 people that ask if they could, if the item is for sale. And then after I sell it, I go back to them like, sorry, you didn't get this, but I'm also a realtor. Do you know anybody looking to buy or sell right now?
So it looks like you've done some creative lead generation then through the sales of stuff that you have just kind of lying around.
Yeah, and actually this did work one time. I had a couple of VCRs that I sold for like $10 a piece, and this guy came to buy a VCR from me. And I was like, by the way, here's my card. Do you know anybody selling a house or buying a house? And then he said, actually, I have a rental property that I want to sell. So I ended up selling him the $10 VCR, and then I sold his house. It was a lower price rental property. So I made an extra $1,000, which, I'm sure a lot of people would like an extra $1,000, but he's also got his primary residence that he's going to be selling soon too. So just for selling a $10 VCR, he came over, I gave him my card, and I might get 2 deals out of it.
That's awesome, Trent. Well, let the folks that are watching know how they can get in touch with you, where they can find you online.
Yeah, you can Google Trent A. Smith, or you can find me on Facebook, Trent A. Smith Realtor, or you can just add me as a friend on Facebook, Trent A. Smith. I'm also on Instagram, or if you want to just give me a call, 727-273-4188 anytime. I'd love to help anybody out.
Awesome, Trent. Well, thanks so much for talking with me today. And I know, like I said, I knew you were going to be somebody who had something creative in the way you've been adapting.
Yeah, this is the time to be creative. And also I'd like to add anybody who is in kind of a self-employed type industry, videos is really the way to go. One thing I do is I try to post at least one video every day. And what I do is I'll post it on Instagram and Facebook, and I really just try to keep it under a minute. So like 59 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, because I don't think people really want to sit there for that long and listen to me. But one of the things this does is it makes you it makes you front of mind with people. They'll scroll through Instagram or Facebook and they'll see your video. They might not watch it, but they'll see you doing videos, and that gives you a little credibility because you're doing something that 90%, especially in my industry, only 10% of realtors do videos. Right. So they'll at least see the video, and then I'll be front of mind. And even better, if they watch it, they might like it. So
awesome. Well, thanks again, Trent. I appreciate you hanging out with me today and telling folks that you are open for business.
I'm open for business. In the real estate industry, prices have gone down a little bit in some areas. Of course, there are a lot of people who are holding off till this whole coronavirus thing ends, but there's still plenty of business out there for me. And I even have a couple deals in the works, so I'm doing it.
Awesome, man. Thanks again.
You're welcome. See you later.
You did it! You've just listened to Hustleburg's bonus episode featuring these creative small business people working hard to stay open to serve our community. To thank you for listening, I have a free guide to help you get started marketing your business online called our Getting Started Guide, available at beyondyoursidehustle.com/gettheguide. See how to begin with the first 3 things you should be doing to market your business online. Speaking of businesses, if you're a small business owner here in St. Pete and you'd like to be a guest on an episode of Hustleburg, let us know at beyondyoursidehustle.com/podcastguest. If you got something of value from this podcast, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast app. This is something small that you can do to help us shine the spotlight on the great businesses St. Pete has to offer. The music in this episode is Defining Your Dreams by my friend Rhymer Educator. You can listen to his latest single, The Last One, on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to great music. Soon he'll be releasing a mixtape of music created during the pandemic that you'll certainly want to listen to. Thanks so much for listening, and if this is your first episode, we look forward to keep sharing with you how we do business in the Burg.